What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into the last SmackDown of the year, and man, did it certainly not disappoint. What did you think of the show, Matthew?
It certainly did not disappoint. Like you said, man, a phenomenal show. A lot of people actually are saying all over Twitter and social media that it was probably one of the best SmackDowns of the year. I see why they're saying that, and there's a reason why people are saying that. I agree to a certain point, but let's kick things off, man. Kicking things off, Friday Night SmackDown through the Fox Airways. Bray Wyatt kicking off the show. Nobody really expected this at all. I mean, I didn't expect John Cena to, of course, and John Cena to be on the main event tonight as well. Didn't expect him to be on the first spot on SmackDown. They actually had Bray Wyatt on the first spot of SmackDown, but you guys want to stay tuned for what happened alongside with John Cena, Roman Reigns. Absolutely chaotic main event. Moving to the first segment of the night, Bray Wyatt kicking off the broadcast, apologizing for his actions a week ago, which saw him attack an innocent cameraman and just basically all the shenanigans that happened last week on Friday Night SmackDown. LA Knight interrupted Knight issuing a challenge for a match at the Royal Rumble, and Wyatt accepts. So this is actually going to be something called a Mountain Dew pitch black match. So a pitch black match that they have been advertising as of late. It's actually coming to the Royal Rumble, so not really sure what it is. But we're hopefully we get some more information the next few coming weeks. After hearing all that, actually what happens, Uncle Howdy makes his way to the ring, right? He comes face to face with Wyatt, stands next to Wyatt, who they're both across from LA Knight. What actually happens is Uncle Howdy hits a Sister Abigail onto Bray Wyatt, with LA Knight basically across from him, like just
Watching
curious what
terror,
the heck,
yeah,
watching in
yeah, yeah.
terror. I couldn't even just seeing what happened, man. I it was so dark. I honestly, like, from seeing a little bit of recap because I was at work, I was trying to see what was going on. It was so dark. It looked like the Fiend, but it was Uncle Howdy. But very, very curious to why this is happening. Not sure. Hopefully we have more in the upcoming weeks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm very curious to see what this match is going to be all about. The Mountain Dew dark match. You know, they
Yeah.
got to get the sponsorship in there, Mountain Dew with their new flavor, and what a way to have it kick off with announcing a match for the Royal Rumble between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. I'm here for
A-
it.
Absolutely. Now moving to our next segment, an actual physical matchup. Brawling Brutes is Sheamus versus the Bloodline Solo Sikoa one-on-one match. Butch and Ridge Holland accompanying Sheamus, while the Usos, of course, backed up their brother. Um, Pretty cool match. Sheamus kind of fighting with everything he got. Another banger. Another banger. Sheamus is just on the uprise, man, of just the best
Like
run
he
he
says,
just wants to
banger
do.
after banger after banger, man. It's what they are.
Oh man, a distraction caused by his attack on Jimmy J, allowing Sikoa to drive him into the post, delivering a Samoan spike for the pinfall victory. Not too happy about it, but you know what? It makes sense to have the bloodline look strong. After the match, the heels wipe out the faces. Drew McIntyre actually returns since Survivor Series, making the save. So this was something certainly interesting. Drew McIntyre is back on SmackDown.
I really love how this show kind of incorporated some old feuds, adding some new energy to them. Drew McIntyre still going after the bloodline, and Sheamus versus Solo Sikoa. So I
Mhm.
really like how they kind of encompassed everything and made us not forget about these rivalries that we
Absolutely.
saw at Survivor Series.
Let's talk about a rivalry, man. Let's talk about the Ronda Rousey rivalry along with Raquel Rodriguez SmackDown Women's Championship match happening next. Didn't really expect Raquel to take a win. There was a little not a disqualification. Ronda Rousey took a clean W. Shayna Baszler was ringside. Actually allowed Ronda Rousey to retain, um tapping out uh Raquel Rodriguez. So okay, before we move to
That's
our
not
next,
the
like,
big story,
zero,
man. Yeah, let's talk
zero,
about it.
zero time to waste here. Charlotte Flair returning to WWE, basically a huge pop, drawing the crowd right after this match, basically saying, "Give me a title match. I want a title match now." Title match was given, and Charlotte Flair is your new women's champion, defeating Ronda Rousey. Number one, what the heck was that? Number two, she is a 14-time women's champion. And then number three, it was supposed to be, apparently there were talks of Ronda versus Rhea, but now it makes more sense. We're probably going to have Rhea versus Charlotte, and this is at WrestleMania I'm talking about. And I'd rather see Rhea versus Charlotte rather Ronda versus Rhea.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. I was always a firm believer that Ronda Rousey wasn't one that needed that women's championship to make herself relevant. You know what? I think it was a great pop. The crowd certainly did not expect it, and we have a new women's champion on SmackDown. Way to go to the Queen, Charlotte.
Oh, big return for Charlotte Flair. So we got Drew McIntyre, we got Charlotte Flair, we have Uncle Howdy who appeared again on SmackDown. Huge show ups on SmackDown, especially waiting for John Cena for our main event. But before our main event, we have to go through Gunther, his path of destruction. Of course, the Intercontinental Champion Gunther, who is out being issued a Intercontinental Championship match by Braun Strowman. Gunther kind of turns away from it. Strowman insists that a huge ball broke out. Braun Strowman launching himself at Gunther, but actually crashes through the barricade. Imperium beat him down before Gunther targets his left arm. Vinci and Kaiser kind of fended off referees and officials from a chair shot from Ricochet. Apparently, Ricochet hit Gunther with a chair shot to the head, and it actually didn't go well. I think it busted him open. So everybody's talking about what actually happened. Is he going to be okay? Not really sure. Kind of waiting on that. They kind of played it off well as he wasn't really injured, but they gave him a rag after the segment. Everybody clearly saw it. But scary times. You got to be careful. But you know what? They're professionals. They mistakes are going to happen. But nonetheless, let's hope that Braun Strowman is going to be basically the next contender for Gunther and is the one that will probably put Gunther away in his path of destruction. Hopefully dethrone him with the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, talking about things that didn't go as planned, we found out as the show went off air that actually in 2 weeks we're going to see the Intercontinental Championship defended, Gunther taking on Braun Strowman. So I think we're going to see a new Intercontinental Champion sooner rather than later.
I think so. Gunther, his title reign, man, I'm super stoked. But when and if he loses that title, I wonder what they're gonna have for him next. But I certainly have no doubt in my mind. Good things are coming with the creative that we have now, especially with Triple H in charge. Let's go to our main event time. Big match, John and Kevin Owens,
back, baby.
Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Jimmy and Jay, of course, accompanying the big dog, Roman Reigns and Sami. Explosive match. We cut to what, 3 commercial breaks throughout this match?
Nonstop action, man.
Oh man, it was nonstop action. You know, Cena eventually exploded into the match, wiped out Reigns with an attitude adjustment, washes Owens, finished Zayn with a stunner for the win. Phenomenal matchup. The crowd was certainly hyped up for this. Finally, a hot tag last few minutes of the match after Roman Reigns actually took Cena off of the ring apron as Kevin Owens was going to go for a tag. Finally, we were able to see that. Brought back nostalgia, man. All the hype of Cena's involvement, just crazy. There was just a few moves, and it just shows that Cena, no matter what he does, he's in the room, man. The crowd is just going to go nuts. So let's just talk about how will Reigns react to Zayn failing to end the Kevin Owens issue that they were talking about, and also losing a match for the Bloodline. Yeah, so that'll be a crazy story to watch heading into the new year.
He didn't technically take the pin, but the Bloodline certainly took a loss. It was great to see John Cena back in the ring, man. Big match John. He shows up when the time is needed. And him and Kevin Owens are a formidable team. Maybe we'll see that in the future. But Roman's not going to take this loss very well. And
no, wait and absolutely see it not.
In the new year, 2023, man. I cannot wait.
Forever and always, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is going to be a crazy year for professional wrestling. I can't wait to see what's in store.
Absolutely, man. Like you said, we'll be here waiting for you. 2023, big things coming. And KozMatt will be here with all your wrestling news. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.